Well, we've got a quorum. So I'm going to open the meeting and read our obligatory notice so we can get that out of the way. In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast over the Newbury Public Access Channel. The town of Newbury, in response to the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, is currently following the guidance from the Newbury Health Agent, Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and the CDC regarding the virus and the steps communities can take to prevent the spread. As such, all town facilities are currently closed to the public. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Laws, Chapter 30A, Paragraph 20, all public meetings are being conducted remotely and without public comment at the chair's discretion. This meeting will be broadcast live throughout local access cable, on Zoom, and will be found on the Newbury Access YouTube channel. Done. So, we've got a quorum. I sent out 2 copies of minutes, which were the ones that led up to the annual town meeting, just basically our votes. Questions, comments, corrections?
Move to approve.
Can I have a second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I have to record it. Okay. And that's for both? Actually, let's, yeah, I think they were pretty straightforward.
You included both of them in your comments.
Yes, I did, in the email. Okay. We don't have a town administrator here, so we don't get a town administrator's report. Sad to say. But now, KV's not going to be with us next year. You're going to finish up in June. And thank you very much for being with us. It's been a treat to have you. But we have to look forward to who.
Did we overwork you? Is that the problem?
Not at all. Not at all. I appreciate the opportunity.
I know.
Thank you to everyone.
Good to have you, actually. Really, it was.
Yeah, and hopefully, you know, who knows? Maybe there's another opportunity to rejoin.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Probably always.
Yes,
So thank you.
that's true. That's true. So, Jean, I think we've got Frank, who was a member before, has moved back into town and is working at the Blue Ocean over in Salisbury.
Oh, yeah. Frank, I actually talked to Frank. Actually, I think I talked to him a couple of years ago about coming back, and he was going to think about it. Maybe he's still thinking about it, or.
Well, I will contact him and see if we can make him think about it a little more seriously.
Okay.
He was a good member.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's very good. Yeah, he was very good.
I did receive an email from the town, and I'm wondering, is the salary going up for the next term?
Oh, yes, yes. We're going to double the salaries for the next term.
I noticed the Board of Health gave themselves some money.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did. I was going to raise that at town meeting, but I figured there was too much else going on.
There was enough going on, to be sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll work on that. And then I would like to see for officers for next year. Do you
Yeah.
have any volunteers? I did talk to Erica, who would be willing to accept a position either as, I don't think chair, but certainly vice chair. And there she is.
Coming on board.
Yeah.
She's getting ready to move. or is moving.
Yes, from Newbury to Newbury.
Yeah, oh yeah, right.
Down the street.
Now, here's a question for everybody. She's going to be moving to Montgomery Park.
Okay,
How many know where that is?
I know where that is.
No idea.
I never knew it was a part of Newbury.
Oh, yes.
My video camera, I don't know why is not working here. Hold on. I'll try the alternative one.
Did you get an update on any of this software?
No, I think it's more I went from one, it's not recognizing my exterior camera right now. So
Oh.
I was gonna pick different
Right.
camera.
So where is Montgomery Park? I need to know now.
Oh my, it's the area behind the new police station, that whole area over there. It's called,
It sounds like a song.
Maybe.
behind the, here's another one for you, behind the Woodbridge School.
Yes,
Nice.
Behind the police station. Got it.
There you are.
Yep, different view. Camera over this way, but it's
So Marshall,
looking straight at the camera. I'm very confused. Oh, now this one's back on. All right, but the monitors, oh my God.
I'll have to go to chat. It's too much talk. Oh, I can't do chat on this. They don't let us. Oh, we can't send private messages.
no,
Okay. Marshall, are you willing to continue?
I'm willing to continue for another year if it would be your pleasure, or I would
Yes.
step into a different role. I'm
I
certainly going to
nominate you.
continue on the board.
As long as Erica's willing to be vice chair, then you're, all set. You got somebody to do all the work for you.
Well, but the thing is, Erica, you know more about it than I do. So I
I'm-
don't have a problem with it.
Oh, that's right. Linda, you're vice chair now, aren't you?
Yeah, but Erica, you know what? You are far more outgoing than I am. Even though I'm comfortable with you guys, but standing up at town meeting is like, I can't do that. You did it.
That I am happy to step into either vice chair or chair. If they think that if Marshall will stay on the board, I would most definitely, if he wants to step down from chair, I'd move into that and love to have his counsel on the board
Oh,
continue.
so either way.
Yeah, I would be happy to nominate Erica to be the chair of the board. I plan to stay on.
Okay. Second that nomination.
Okay, and then we need a vice chair.
And would you like to be vice chair?
Yeah, that's a good position for you, Marsh. At least
Okay.
for now.
All right.
It's not a bad thing to do.
Excellent.
Yeah, since we know that.
Is there consensus?
Okay.
Raise your hands. There is a way to raise your hand. See that? There you
Oh,
go.
yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we can do that. All right.
Click
So
on
it-
the hand so we can see. There you go. All right. I see him. Now, how do you get rid of it? There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have no idea how to do it, so I'll raise my, I'll raise my.
It's supposed to say down the bottom, raise hand somewhere.
It says raise hand, lower right-hand side, and it says when you raise it, it changes to lower hand.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I don't have that.
Depends on
You
your,
have it. User error, Linda. User error.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
We've heard that before. Okay. We don't have any old business that we are tracking at this point. Any new business?
No, I had a question for Tracy, but it's probably not even related to finance committee except tangentially of
Okay.
whether or not there could be a bike rack at the beach where we have the porta potties. There's nowhere for people to ride and lock up bikes safely.
Oh,
You know
Which-
what? Let's I'm gonna make a suggestion that we talk to Jim Surratt,
Okay,
because they may have something we can use as a bike rack, or something where you can lock up bikes at the beach.
Yeah,
that
I think
they
with such limited parking, it might be helpful.
haul down there. So,
I think we had one down there one time, didn't they? That's my recollection. But that's a good idea.
yeah, we'll see what we can get set up for little or no money.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, that would be good. That would be very good. And I wanted to thank everyone for coming to the annual town meeting and sitting through the sometimes the mayhem, but we got through it and pretty good shape. So kudos.
Sorry about Halloween.
Hey, you know what?
Halloween will come either way.
It's going to come, it's going to come either way. I thought it would be better for the kids to have it on a Saturday. And, you know, I may try it again next year, who knows? But in any case, one of the things that I think we do have to do going forward is go for a special town meeting in October, because I think we have to take a look at transferring that $1.5 million from free cash into a capital fund. And if we have to name it just a capital building fund to give it breathing room, if you will, I think that could be good. Would anybody else have any ideas about that naming? Because that was a red herring if there ever was one.
Well, one of the issues, you have to have the account established.
Yes.
To transfer into while at
Well,
town
what-
meeting.
Only account that had been established at that point was town hall.
Yep.
Right.
So, you have to establish the account and then transfer the money into the account.
I think a lot of people don't understand that kind of stuff, and
Right?
they just think you're trying to
Yeah.
pull the wool over their eyes, and
Right.
they don't get it.
And I know there was concern of perception, but perception sometimes is deception.
Yes, it was.
And I think you don't want to lead people astray either, or with false hope for something. But anyway, yes, we need to deal with it in October.
And I think that what we should kind of have as a discussion with Tracy and with the select board is in establishing that account, and also hearing from the committee that's been established, that's been tasked with kind of looking into what the next building is to establish it in accordance with that it would be used for a building capital, which might mean a refurbish, it might be a new build from scratch, but not to limit ourselves to a plan
Mhm.
without, like I said, that can only be used for a new building if it looks like we're going to be doing a renovation or, something like that, without knowing what that committee is doing, I don't know what the right name of this fund would be. But if it's a multi-use
Mhm.
town-owned structure to serve the needs of the municipal services, which includes
Mhm.
a variety of things.
Fire, public safety, town hall.
Town
Council
hall.
on Aging, DPW,
Recreation,
all of those. And yes, recreation as well.
Yes, yeah, we do not have like a fully, like, if you compare us to other neighboring towns, we do not have a rec department that sponsor, we have a rec committee, but we do not have any sort of like services that go along with it. And we're making some nice investments in
Yep.
giving access. But that's,
I will get with Tracy. I'll email Tracy and
Mhm.
suggest that we have a more ubiquitous capital fund
Yes.
for building renovation or whatever the capital building requirements would be.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else out of the annual town meeting that we have to go over? No?
I expect that the PEG funding Triton will be an ongoing discussion within the district communications committee meeting, so I'll report back, but under the current way that that's set up, it was not,
Right.
it's not a don't want to, it's a can't under legal, the way that
Well, I
we're
think-
doing it.
One of the things that we need to explore is how can we get
Exactly.
the funding there?
Yes, and I think that there's some willingness that they need to also, I think one of the things is that since it was never brought up during budget cycle meetings at DCC, it was hard to support something that no one had ever made a need for
Mhm.
in a public setting. There's been no, like, there was never a line item in the tentative budget or any of the drafts presented over the course of, from January till we hit the approved budget. There was no mention of an expansion of needs within the production, TV production studio area
From Triton.
from Triton. No, it was never put forth from Triton. So there's no way to then discuss it among the three towns that it's a need to be funded.
Mhm.
I think there is clearly a will on the part of the town to do it. There just has to be
Yes,
efforts to
Yeah.
find a way.
a way to do it within the
Yeah.
legal
within-
piece of it, because it can't, from the way I'm reading all of these interpretations, and I'm not a lawyer, but the way I'm reading the interpretation is that it could go to, if funded through properly, it can't go to like, can't pay for salaries of teachers within Triton unless it's, if it comes from specifically from that money. If the town assessment can cover in that way, but it's a difference of what are they asking for and how do we make it work in a way that fits. Just like we can't take the ambulance fund and say it should fund the school nurse. It can't work that way.
Okay,
Does ambulance runs. There's always a way, right, Linda?
all right. I will bring this up with Tracy. And bring that back at our next meeting. Anything else anyone would like to cover? Go ahead.
Because Erica wasn't here, we're thinking, you worked with Frank Wettenkamp. You remember Frank?
Yeah.
Marshall's gonna ask him if he wants to come back on the finance committee. Just so we covered that and you weren't here, so.
That's good. Who's rolling off this year?
Well,
Baby's rolling off.
Baby's rolling off.
he's rolling off. We
Yeah.
worked so hard, he told us.
Don't worry, you
Oh,
won't roll
God.
away too far if we know where you are.
No,
He's already committed maybe to rethinking sometime down the line.
Well,
not going far, so.
good, good. Well, it's, as I said before, it's been a pleasure having you on. And certainly has been a contribution to our efforts. So thanks very much for all of that. I would like to have a meeting in June. At that point, we'll officially turn over the chair to Erica. I'll take the vice chair. And we'll try and get a report from Tracy and answers for the PEG funding for the high school, or using that, how can we do that? And what a capital building account might look like, so that at the special town meeting in the fall, we can get that, that taken care of. Sound reasonable?
Marshall, just, we normally do try to meet in July,
Yep.
for at least tentatively, in case there is a need. So I don't know whether you want to talk to Tracy about whether,
Sketching out schedules, because do we have to do it before the end of June, or it's just the first? We have to do it within
July
15?
15th, July 15th, there
Yeah,
is,
we'll be well before that, but we have to catch up on any transfers in July.
Right.
So year-end transfers. So what I'll do is I'll set up both meetings.
okay,
Great.
And then if it needs to be canceled, I can do that.
okay.
Does anyone know anyone at that bike rental store on the island here? Maybe someone could ask for a donation of a rack. I know they have a few outside. Put a plaque on it or something, or a donation by maybe the new people from the restaurant that's going in. I hear that that place got the green light there. The Sunset Inn.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of creative ways we could get at it.
Yeah. Good thought, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you could always bully somebody into, you could always play the game like, well, so-and-so is going to give some money. Are you interested in giving some money? And then and they
I don't
say,
think we
yeah,
want to use the term bully, but we can definitely make it an attractive offer.
that's the old stock market game. So-and-so's a buyer. Are you a buyer? Oh, you are a buyer. Okay, so we'll find a seller. Right, Kavi? That's the way you play the game.
You use the word bully, you could end up in jail, no.
I would have to look for a synonym, I would find something, yeah. But I think out of those 4 places on the island, you know, I don't know what the connections are. I don't think I have any even within the family or on the block, but I will ask. Certainly, you know, if it would be okay with Tracy, I think that maybe we could figure something out where someone could approach someone about, you know, I can't believe they're expensive, you know, if we could get one that's, you know, 8 feet, you know, a good one, something nice.
Mhm.
You know, I think
Something
they have
solid.
some, yeah, I think they have something comparable outside that bike store, actually, if I think about it.
Well, let me talk to
Yeah.
Jim.
Yeah, talk to Jim. Let's see what we have we may have something in the town barn, or something that's been out of commission somewhere else, or something that
Yeah,
we're a
'cause
resourceful bunch.
we used to have bike racks at the schools. but we don't
Yes.
Anymore.
Yeah,
Well, if anyone has a pickup truck, we could always do a ride by in the town of Newburyport to one of the local, you know, the library or something. I'm more than willing to explore
Would that be
options.
petty larceny, or would
Yeah,
that be?
Yeah, I'm
grand?
thinking,
I-
once again, not an attorney, but not thinking
No,
that's
this
the
is
right
being
approach.
recorded.
I
so
think
you're getting deeper and deeper into this, you know?
I said we could just do a drive-by and look around. I certainly didn't say anything, you know, use the.
My
know,
mistake
Tom,
for
you know,
making any
Tom,
inference from that comment.
But I
So,
would take this
It was
conversation off.
great meeting
so
and great
we
working
wanted
with
to-
all of you.
Get out
See
while
you,
the getting's
Dale.
good.
You know, Tom Howard was marshal in the report. You do know.
I do know that, yes, I do know. Deidre has told me many times.
Is she
Okay,
still
well,
down
look.
the island, by the way?
Her last day is May 31st here. She's moving down south and giving one of Josiah's, actually, both of Josiah's kids are taking over the house.
Okay.
And I think
yeah.
one is moving in until September, and then I think the house goes on the market, according to her.
Mhm. Okay, move to adjourn or not?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
I
Bye.
hi,
see you all.
Thanks all.
Bye, guys.
thanks
Yeah,
all.
you
Talk to you
Amy,
later.
thank you so much for being part of this.
Yeah,
monthly crew.
it was wonderful. Thank you.